All right, so I just finished the film A Different Man, and it's arguably one of the best films I've ever seen in my life, but it's definitely the best film I've seen thus far in 2025. It deals with a lot of themes like self loathing and the sense of belonging, stuff like that. It was just really deep, and it was funny, and it was inspiring to say the least. Um, I liked Edward's character. I did think he was, I mean, it's not even about himself pitying himself in the beginning when he still had his facial deformity. Like, it's understandable why he would self pity himself. It would be hard to get your brain out of that type of slump, really, um, without having the surgery and shit. So I'm not gonna act like the rest of the reviews or anything I've seen as far as like he was self pitying himself and he was just wallowing in his own da da da. Like, if you were under his circumstances, would you be able to pull yourself out of that slump? Like, I mean, hopefully eventually you would, because you know you can't change certain things. So that was the whole theme about the movie, about focusing on the things you can change or the things you can like actually do something about, opposed to wallowing in the I can't change this and moping around about it. So he was very mopey and very depressed and sad, the initial scenes in the film. Ingrid was cool. I liked her a lot, especially at the beginning when she was very accepting of Edward and his condition and stuff. Like, she didn't like fray away or act scared or anything. She did, like, I think when they first like ran into each other, like when she noticed that that was her neighbor, but like she was really accepting, and I thought that was cool. It was crazy once he changed his face, that he just like went along and just said that Edward died, and that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. I hated that she wrote him out of her life entirely. Like, she wrote the film and called it like self-titled after him and everything, damn near a biopic in a play form, and she acted like he never existed, thought that, like, made it as so she came up with the idea of a disfigured man in her own brain and all this shit. And scenes in the film are like literally scenes in the play are exactly what they lived. So I thought that was crazy. I think it's also insane that he just like started dating her and shit, and they both acted like it never happened, and they both didn't know. Like, they just acted like none of that shit happened, like the typewriter, all that shit. That shit was fucking crazy. It's actually insane to like ignore certain parts of your life. I'll do another video on Oswald and how I took or thought about him and his performance. But yeah, the film is really deep.